Toledo Rockets soaring high after the big win on the road as we welcome in Mike Robinson from the Toledo Rocket Radio Network. Mike Rob, thank you for coming in.
Hey, thanks for having me, Mark.
Let's talk about this win over Northern Illinois. We were expecting a tough battle. The Rockets forced a lot of turnovers. We know what Quinion Mitchell did with those pick sixes. Yes. And they got off to that great first half and cruised from there.
Yeah, absolutely. And they didn't have to pass the ball a lot, particularly to get it done. I mean, when you have good defense, it starts your offense, and that good defense really took the offense off into a great different stratosphere, in my opinion. Talking about Rockets and atmospheres and things like that. But the one thing I really liked was how calm DQ was and how effective he was. I think he was 13 to 18, and the offense looked really sharp.
Well, let's talk a little about Daquan Finn. He did miss some time in this game. Not a serious injury. That's the good news.
Yeah.
But Tucker Gleason comes in and he throws a touchdown pass as well. So it's good to see your backup quarterback succeed.
Tucker's been getting in the game lately, and he went 2 for 2. I think he had like a 99% QBR. I mean, that's really good. I mean, to have for a backup quarterback. But his confidence coming into the game, you saw the few games earlier in the season, small sample size of what Gleason can do. But now that his confidence is going, this whole offense is really striking on all cylinders.
Speaking of confidence, that back seven, the DBs, they had a lot of confidence now because of the way they were able to play against Northern Illinois coming into this season. We knew the front seven was going to be the strength of the defense. We had questions about the secondary. They looked really good against Northern Illinois. Can they continue to do that going forward?
I think, that was a spark plug right there. Quinion Mitchell, that young man, shout out, tip the hat, all of that for that guy. I mean, I think he gathered every single award that's ever possible, for defense. And he did a really good job of just really honing in. So I think this secondary now understands, hey, we can step up, not having Max and Hook, having guys out. You got other players on this football team, and Coach Parker is doing a great job with those corners as he came from the high school ranks to the collegiate ranks. So I think that there is a lot of familiarity, being able to translate and communicate with these football players. So that back half of that defense with Bauer there, I mean, they're not just tacklers, they cover too.
Now we get into the back half of the Toledo schedule. It starts on Saturday at home against Kent State, a Golden Flashes team that is 2-4, but they've got, if you want to say it, quality losses. As they lost to Georgia, they hung with the top-ranked Bulldogs until the fourth quarter. They lost to Washington, they lost to Oklahoma. They played a tough schedule to get themselves ready for the MAC. Is that going to backfire on them, though? You
know what? I think we need to be kind of worried and locked in that this isn't a trap game for the Rockets, because this Kent State football team is pretty good. That quarterback, Schlee, he is very dangerous. He can throw the ball. Not really great at throwing the ball, but he mirrors DQ in certain ways, his escapability. But they like to design more runs for him, as he is like one of their leading rushers on the football team.
Now, in MAC play, Kent State is 1-1. They needed overtime to beat Ohio, but they did lose to Miami as the Redhawks are playing really good football of late. What have you seen out of Kent State in these MAC games where the talent is a little more evenly distributed between the two teams?
What I really like is their coaching staff. Coach Sean does a really good job of getting these guys prepared. And I listen to all of his interviews. He's certainly coach talk. So they got some tricks up their sleeve. They run the RPO offense. Cooper is a really good running back. He can gain those yards, and he's a tough guy. He will bust it up in the inside. They beat Georgia up on the inside. I mean, they really made it an ugly game for them. And then also looking at the MAC teams, he's still gaining yards. He's still getting about 600 yards so far on the season. But the key is, on the outside, can you stop Cephas, and can you stop what can happen with Walker as he's on the opposite side, being able to make big plays?
Kent State, Toledo on Saturday. What is going to be the key for the Rockets?
I think the key is just coming out and being disciplined and not falling into, hey, we're better than what we think. Every game is gone. Remember about the moment. This is the moment that we're in. You got to start the game and you got to finish it. And I think if the Rockets come out with that mentality, they have no problems getting out of Kent State.
All right, thank you very much, Mike Robinson. Looking forward to hearing from him Saturday on the sidelines of the Glass Bowl as UT takes on the Golden Flashes. Thanks, Mike Rob.
Hey, thanks for having me.